Hi everyone, this is Killshot from 99 Gaming. This is The Walking Dead Season 10. We're going to talk about Alpha's master scheme. I do have to warn you, this is going to contain spoilers, and there's a big question some people have been asking for the last couple days. So I actually had to go through a little bit of our bold predictions, our theories, some of the previous chats we've talked about. And I want to answer a big question for everybody tonight. So we're going to talk about some of the storylines, some of the things that could happen. Before we get into tonight's show, I do want to give a big special shout out to the Patreon Army. Thank you so much to my Patreon Army. You can see them up there on the screen. Tremendous support for this channel. Appreciate you guys each and every day. So let's jump into tonight and a couple things. Let me also tell you guys we are going to have an extended stream tonight at 9:30. So this is going to be a shorter couple ideas. I do want to ask you guys, how many people were here last night for the spoiler/prediction stream at 9:30, and how many people had a great time? I thought that I thought it was tremendous personally because we saw a lot of new people we haven't seen in a long time. I also saw a lot of comments on the videos where people said, "Hey, I haven't seen you in a long time, and I love the Army. I forgot how good of a time we had. It was great. We're really drilling down, getting some funnels." Ben Stevenson said, "We put the fun in funneling." We got a lot of new people over the last couple days. So people from forums and different channels are moving in because they love the group and they love talking to each and every one of you guys every single night. So want to give a special shout out to all of you guys. We got Valar super chatting it. Hello 999 Army, Kill Steph, Emmy, Kel, Sweet Tommy, sponsors, patrons, channel members, PDO players, sponsors, super chatters with all super chat stickers and everything else. We got a lot of things going on. So Valar, it gets more and more detailed every time. So I'm going to give a kills coin to the person that can ask, pay attention for a second, if you can tell me what the question is that I've received the most, the biggest plot hole from this whole spoiler for this coming up episode. So if you can tell me what the biggest question that I keep getting over and over again, I'm going to give you a kills coin, and then I'm going to answer that question. Not Lydia recognizing Dante. That is a close one. How did Dante get to Alexandria? That's a close one too. We got Commodore super chat stickering it. It does have to do with Dante. Why didn't Alpha kill Sadiq right away? That's another one getting close. Roxanne Dunlap is the winner. Roxanne Dunlap, the question that I am getting, and it's blowing people's mind, is why did they let Dante in? I'm going to tell you why Dante is there. It's so simple, it's ridiculous. And it's not just why they let him in or how they let him in. It's tied into the fact of what is he doing there and why does Alpha have him there? Right? Does it even make sense for Alpha to have Dante there as a doctor helping other people? Think about that for a second. Catface Killer, I missed last night, but because I won big at the casino, here's a little bit to keep the party going. You know what? Catface Killer, thank you so much for that super chat. Good luck at the casino, and thank you. Thank you so much for supporting this channel. Multiple ways, I might add, too, with Catface Killer. All right. So Kitten Smile says, I've been asking that since day one. Here's the deal, everybody. It is a good question. Alpha is 3 steps ahead of everybody else. Now, wait a minute. Let me explain why she's 3 steps ahead of everybody else. What is it that Alpha thinks that Carol and Daryl and the rest of the group is going to do? Eventually, they're going to want to find out some information, right? And when they want to find out information, what is Alpha going to predict or know that Carol's going to do first? Cross the border. What's she going to do when she crosses the border? What's the best way to get information about the whisperers? And this does tie into the spoiler. This is why it makes perfect sense. Not try to kill her. There you go. Jay Smart is exactly smart. Julie Red Fair McGuire. They're gonna kidnap somebody. They're gonna capture a whisperer. And if you were to capture somebody, it's likely that you're going to find a way to steal information. So Alpha is a war general. Alpha already knows what the group in Alexandria is going to do. The problem is the group in Alexandria doesn't know what Alpha is going to do. There's no clear-cut leader. They don't know anything about them, how they move, where they go. They don't even know where they went for the winter. They know nothing about them. They didn't even get enough information from Lydia because, like Daryl said, they're afraid, hey, I don't care. Kids been through enough. I mean, they don't care. It's like, we can get information from Lydia, but it's not a good idea. You know what? We'd rather you kill a few more of ours than put the kid through anything else. So they really know nothing. So instead, what do? They take one. Now, if you were to take someone and if Alpha knows potentially that there are people in her inner circle or her whisperer that could give up information, how do you silence that person and how do you keep a close eye on what the enemy is doing and who's going to talk and who's not going to talk? And if you were to capture somebody and beat them up, where do you think the first place that they're going to go? Who do you think if Daryl or Carol were to beat someone up, who would they need? I guess they would need a doctor, wouldn't they? But Sadiq's a doctor. But if Sadiq is not a doctor and Dante is another doctor, then the doctor is going to be responsible for the health. So instead of killing a few here, a few there, the fact that Dante poisons the whisperer and kills the source that's going to talk, the source that is going to be a key, tells you everything that you need to know about Alpha's brilliance. Alpha not only gave them a spy, she gave them a doctor that is also helping people to build trust. So she's got this person. Carol has no reason to not trust Dante. Dante pulled the glass out of her arm. Sadiq had no reason to suspect Dante at first because Dante's giving him pep talks. He's the walking flirtatious. He is the doctor in the house. But he also is the person that's going to slip them the red pill. He's the person that if you get too close, he's keeping an eye. He doesn't need to report back to Alpha. He's just going to kill the person before they talk. This is a level of tact, of resource we have not seen with The Walking Dead. Commodore, so take this broken whisper and learn to spy again. Take these broken wings and learn to fly again. Yeah, I think you just went Mister. All right. Thank you. Appreciate that and a little bit of that. I see where you're going with that. So the question that everybody had, or that most people had, was why would Alpha risk putting someone there? And I know some of that is going to be, well, a spy does what spies do. This spy is not your typical spy. This is not a person that's sneaking out and calling Alpha on the telephone. This is a person that knows what has to be done is operate. Now, look, I'm not saying that Dante is not meeting up and giving information from time to time, but if Alpha potentially put a doctor in the Alexandria community, is it possible that Jules could be a whisper agent? The same Jules that Luke is falling for? This opens up a whole different can of possible theories. Oh, not just could there be two. Do you guys think that Dante is the only plant that's there? This could open up the possibility that we got to go back and start looking at everybody else and see who are all these freaking new people that we don't know what they're doing. She could have 3 or 4 in there. Hey, let's put a doctor over there. Anybody talks, you kill them, because we know they're going to try to capture some of ours. This one's going to, he's easy to manipulate. You fall in love with this one, make him fall for you. We'll get some more information out of them. Keep a close eye on that group. And then the Hilltop. Who do we got up in the Hilltop? Kitten Smiles says, I never thought of it. Kitten Smiles, that's what I do. That's who I am. I'm messing with you guys. That's what we do. The more we get together and funnel these things, the more throughout the day you're writing stuff down, penciling things, and Ben is my, you guys know Ben Stevens? Where's Ben Stevens? I know you're in here somewhere. Who put the fun in funneling? There's Ben Stevenson. Ben is the new BFF. Ben freaking Funneler. That's who Ben is. BFF in the house. So Ben has been sending me these like water filtration things. Ben has an extensive knowledge of water filtration. And I know some people are going to think, all right, the thing about common sense is once you see it and find out, you're like, oh, that made sense. It's kind of like the Dante spy thing. But the water, drinkable, undrinkable, should tell you that some of it's being piped in from the creek to wash their clothes. The rest of it might be going through a filtration system. So when you turn that little knob that we see drinkable, undrinkable, they've been drinking undrinkable water. Somebody just turned the knob and just been force feeding them stuff that Gamma has been polluting. So it doesn't appear they have these, these real intricate type of systems. It just runs through a different pipe, comes out the same area. Now, even still, I guess they're, if you use the same spout, technically, I guess you could have some bacteria or something. I don't know. Maybe not to the degrees. But, Tim, exactly. So, you see Dante come out of nowhere, but did Dante come with a group or a few people? Are those people split up? So I think what is kind of important at this point with the Dante story is how many people did the communities allow in? And where are those people? Because I would be willing to bet they split up and they had their own agenda. Now, if we saw a little bit more of the barn scene, the stable scene, then we would figure it out. Because Dante is one of the people that, he's telling Sadiq to open his eyes. But some of these clues could potentially be planted at the Red Fair, right, Julie McGuire? Maybe if we go back and look at some of the faces in the Red Fair picture, Ben Stevenson could have easily messed up the handle on the spout. Yeah, I mean, there's lots of ways they could have did some trickery. So all I'm going to say is, and I have not done this yet, but there are pictures out there of Ezekiel giving the speech, and it might not be a bad idea to go back and sort of zero in and see if some of those people were kind of newbies or people that we didn't recognize at the time. And maybe there's some of the people that helped lure the group out. Because, you know, the big question is, how did Henry get out? How did Tara get out? How did Enid get out? You know, who are these people that were luring them into that situation? Because now that we can put closure to the fact that Sadiq didn't lure them out. Okay? Let me go full circle on that. Fluff the Flamethrower says, Dante gave me bad advice on WebMD. Please don't use baby oil for a sore throat. You know what? You shouldn't use WebMD anyway. Commodore Ben. You know what? I'm going to leave that one alone. Just the reading of that alone, Commodore, would probably get me suspended. The next thing's going to be like somebody's going to be super chatting Truvada for prep. I don't want to get into commercialized, what you can order off the internet. So I'm staying away from it. All right, we're going to reel it back in, get back to the storyline. But I do think there is some potential work that can be done for the Red Fair, the flashback scenes that we've seen, and maybe we recognize a face or two. But also go back and check out the first couple episodes with some of this, Jules, Dante, some of the people they introduced. Brandon, were these people part of the community? Were they part all along? Are they involved in the whispers? There's more whispers than we care to dig into. You lost me with that one, Commodore. I mean, I know the song, but my mind's going a million miles a minute on Dante and traitors and yeah, I don't have the instructions. Gushe, thank you as well. I get these really cryptic super chats sometimes by OU when I'm in the middle, and it throws me for a complete loop, if you guys haven't figured that out yet. I do much better in like the one-on-one conversation. Dorothy Martin, looking back at the Red Fair may show things that we missed. Yeah, I mean, there has been talk that somebody tweeted this out. And I don't know, it was a spoiler person had tweeted out and said, this week's episode is going to make you go back and look for things in episodes that you might have missed. Like, we're going to get some of the real hidden clues that are out there. And I think we got enough detectives in the house that we're probably, there's a few people who are going to be able to find something. Mark, thank you so much, Mark. Appreciate that super chat. Give us a follow-up question. Just a couple things here. As you guys know, this is going to be a little shorter stream tonight. We're going to save the bigger chat for tonight at 9:30. But if there's a couple more questions that you guys want to know, a couple more, what other, I do think the Dante story brings some big closure. But as I said earlier, and, here's the thing. Sometimes we do a stream and it is on a topic, and then, I don't know what it is, 3 weeks, a month later, someone will say, hey, Kills, remember that stream you did where you said Sadiq was a traitor? And what happens is they won't mention the stream we did on October 25th, and the title of the stream was, Did Alpha Send Dante? Anybody remember that stream, and anybody remember the title of that stream? If you do, if you were a part of that, just give me a thumbs up right now or give me a 999. Okay. The thing with what we talk about, we have, there's people in the world that have selective memories. And one thing, if you guys are new to our channel and you don't get it, very seldom is it my wholehearted belief and my wholehearted opinion. Sometimes I'll throw some bold predictions out there, but a lot of times we're talking through different processes. And we will do a video that'll say, is Dante a traitor? We'll talk about it. We'll do a video 2 days later and say, did Alpha send Dante? And it's not to try to be right about one or the other. It's to narrow it down to get to be right eventually, if that makes any sense. So, just kind of take some of it with a grain of salt. We do the broad topic, but then if you watch the entire stream, you're going to get a lot of different questions, like the one we had tonight. How did Dante get there? And the question I want to know from you guys is, now that we've sort of talked about that, what is your next big question? What is it that you are confused about or concerned about that maybe it still doesn't make sense to you? So another super chat. We got Zelda. Zelda says, Alpha picked Dante because Lydia didn't know him. Zelda, that certainly makes a lot of sense, is that there was some reason or some rationale, right? She wanted to punish him, right? You must be punished. Yeah, she needed to punish him. Emmy, can you cue the heavy breathing? Of all my Alpha lines, that is my favorite. It is the most eerie and chilling. Yeah. So I do think that Zelda, I think you hit a perfect point there. Is, hey, Lydia's alive. She knows, but I guess the next question to that, or a natural follow-up question, Zelda, would be, why would Alpha trust Dante with the fact that Lydia's still alive, but yet she didn't trust anybody else with that knowledge, not even Beta? Never. This Beta's going to be. Is it time for the Alpha to become the Beta? Or the Beta to become the Alpha? I've lost it. Sorry. I whacked that one. But anyway, you get the idea. Is it time for the Beta to become the Alpha? Never. And she didn't even trust him with that little tidbit of information. Like, you would think she'd pull him to the side and say, hey, just want to let you know the plan here. Lydia is alive, but I got to go tell all those people out there that she's dead because it's going to build up a lot of hype. So I guess that would be my next question. And it does tie in with how long has Dante been there. And it does tie in with Zelda Faz's comment of, did she pick him because Lydia didn't recognize him? But what made her trust him to a degree that she didn't trust Beta? That does bother me a little bit. Storm says Dante is her dead husband's brother. That's seriously bold. That's even beyond my boldest prediction. Dorothy Martin, will Gamma tell them she saw Lydia? Well, I think that's a great question, Dorothy. And I don't know how comfortable I feel with that story yet. We're going to talk about that a little bit more tonight because we did touch on it last night. Which direction is Lydia going to go and which direction is Gamma going to go? Could Gamma potentially kill Lydia to have leverage over Alpha? Could Gamma have a confrontation with Lydia and Negan steps in and kills Gamma? I mean, there's a lot of ways this could play out. I don't know that we can definitively go one way or the other with this, but we will certainly come up with any clues we can to get to that question, and that's going to be something we talk about tonight. So, hey, look, everybody, we're 24 minutes into this stream, and join us tonight at 9:30, because if tonight is anything the way last night was, we're not only going to create some good questions, we're going to review some of the spoiler information, and we're also going to come up with some of our own really, really core, concrete, bold predictions that'll either happen this week or next week as we get to the mid-season finale. And one of the themes that we're going to talk about is the speed of which things have to happen over the next 2 weeks. This is going to be what I think is going to be the last slow episode of setting the foundation. And I really think 8 is going to be rapid fire, tit for tat. This happens, this happens, this happens. Alpha in a panic, and our group starting to fight back. So I want to thank you guys for being here for the early stream. We're keeping it a little short early because I know people got to do some things. Go grab some food, feed the kids, get your chores done, do what you need to do, and be back here at 9:30 with what I'm going to say is the best Walking Dead fan club group of people that you'll find anywhere. I would challenge any forum, any channel, any live stream to compare their members versus the group of people we have in here. And you know what? The better this group is, the more people keep coming to this group. And I see more and more faces every day. If you guys are new to the channel, do me a favor, subscribe, hit the thumbs up button. And if you are new, let's say you've only been in 1 or 2 streams, you guys do me a favor and give me a quick 999 because I want all of our members here just to give you like a hello, a shout out. Maybe you kind of sit in the background, you're here, and it's like, should I speak up? Should I get involved in the chat? You know, are they going to not like my theory? Whatever. So if you're brand new, just do me a favor. Anne-Marie, Tammy EL, thanks for being here. Appreciate your participation, your thoughts, your comments. But we want everybody to speak up. We want everybody to get involved. Our best theories. You know, there was a time when Ben Stevenson was just here. There was a time when OU Crawfish, you know, he had to come in the door and didn't talk as much. Everybody was new to this channel at one point or another. And it's an amazing group of people. So if you guys could give them a shout out. William Morales, whole group here. Everybody that's new. Just want Wendy Rowe. Appreciate you guys being a part of what we do. Grimes on the radio wants to be known officially now as Taterbug. I like it. You have to change your name, Grimes. You know what? Do it. Ryan Gordon. Here's my free one. Like that Chiefs logo you got up there too. Thank you so much, Ryan. And if I missed anybody that's new, let me just give a big group shout out. And you know what? Not just the newbies. Thank you for all of you guys for being here. I know spoilers, it's not everybody's thing. But we also saw with this particular spoiler, people that don't normally watch spoilers are actually, they're coming in for this one. And it's not as bad, and especially I think with something that's going to be as emotional as this week. Don't get me wrong. This week is not going to be, ha ha ha, you know, Sadiq got killed. It's going to be a very devastating visual event. And it's certainly going to, the stream is going to be a little bit less upbeat. You'll see on Sunday night. If you haven't been in one of those streams, you see exactly what we talk about. Amy Ferrero, thank you so much for that. Welcome, new family. All right, everybody, be back here at 9:30. It'll be a much longer stream, probably an hour, maybe a little bit over an hour. And I love it. I love when somebody comes from another channel and spams it. You guys do me a favor. Let's show some 999s to show the competition who just popped in here what we're really about. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate you guys being here. Shout out to my Patreon army, top left-hand corner. They support the channel through a third-party website. I got something I'm going to post for you guys tomorrow. It's going to be PDL related, so hold tight. I'm going to need your opinion on that. If you guys are interested in becoming a Patreon, there is a link down below. PDL sponsors, they're bringing a big event to you tomorrow. So those of you that are just here for The Walking Dead, Friday nights, we get very casual and relaxed and social. And we got our own game we created called Play Dead Live. You get a chance to be in the action. So be here for that tomorrow to show you that the world's just not about The Walking Dead, that we do some other stuff as well. So thank you so much for that sticker there, Crawfish. I love the new for the new people. Great tie-in. Also, the Green Team, channel members. Green Team, if you hit the join button, you get a custom badge and also a whole lot of emojis. There it is. There's a PDL emoji. And we got some PDL gear down below. A lot of stuff going on here. Appreciate it. And Alex got timed out for that spam from it. See what happens, Alex? You can stay, but you get a 5-minute timer for being a little bit rude there. It's okay. The timer will be gone by 9:30, so you can come back and join us. Shout out to Emmy. Emmy's hardcore with that timeout. Shout out to the moderators, Emmy, Steph, Tommy, Kells, and as I said before, biggest shout out to each and every one of you. We did it in under 30 minutes. I will see everybody at 9:30. Have a good one, everybody. Peace.